Hello grade 4, how are you? I hope you are doing well. Today we will read page 268, so bring Ronder's book and follow me. Now let's start reading. Walking home that afternoon, Meg scouted the street, looking for the tall wooden poles that were going up weekly. Thick wire linked one pole to another, and Meg imagined how each wire would carry the words of friends and neighbors. Their conversations ebbing over the lines, bringing news, birthday wishes, and party invitations. As Meg hurried into the house, she lit the screen door slammed shut behind her. There on the wall was the gleaming wooden telephone box, with its heavy black receiver on a hook. Her father was smiling broadly while tinkering with the shiny brass bell on top. Isn't it a beauty? He asked. Have you ever seen such magnificence? Suddenly, the telephone jangled loudly, causing both Erikson to jump. Meg laughed as her father picked up the receiver and shouted, "Yes, hello, this is the doctor." "Again, please, Mrs. Kane. There is too much static." Dr. Erikson shouted. "I didn't get the first part. Bad cough? Turn up farm?" "Can I go farther?" Meg asked as Dr. Erikson returned to return the receiver to the hook. "Absolutely," he said, grabbing his medical kit and heading outside where his horse and buggy waited. When they got to the farm, they found Mr. Turner walking toward the barn. Now let's read again. Walking home that afternoon, Meg scouted the street, looking for the tall wooden poles that were going up weekly. Thick wire linked one pole to another, and Meg imagined how each wire would carry the words of friends and neighbors, their conversations ebbing over the lines, bringing news, birthday wishes, and party invitation. Now, these are the wires. Okay? The wooden pole. To hold the telephone wires. Okay. Now she is asking herself how these wires can carry the words, how these wires can carry the conversation. Okay, look at this picture also. These are the telephone wires. Okay? So she's asking herself how these wires can carry the words of friends and neighbors. How the conversation how their conversations zipping over the lines, bringing news, birthday wishes, party invitation. Okay? She's asking herself. Now let's read the second paragraph. As Meg hurried into the house, she let the screen door slam shut behind her. There on the wall was the gleaming wooden telephone box with its heavy black receiver on a hook. Her father was smiling proudly while tinkering with this shiny brass bell on top. "Isn't it a beauty?" he asked. "Have you ever seen such magnificence? Magnificence means beauty. So beauty and magnificence are synonyms. They have the same meaning. Okay? Now I want to ask you, describe how the telephone looks. Describe how the telephone looks. It has a wood box and a heavy black receiver on a hook. Okay? Gleaming wooden telephone box. Wood box. With its heavy black receiver on a hook. So, it has a wood box and a heavy black receiver on a hook. Suddenly, the telephone jangled loudly, causing both Erikson to jump. Meg laughed as her father picked up the receiver and shouted, "Yes, hello, this is the doctor." Now I want to ask you a question. Can you tell me how is this phone different from the phone that you use? How is this phone different from the phone that you use? Great! Our phones are much smaller and lighter. Our phones now are much smaller and lighter. صح, but this telephone is very big. Where is it? I will show you this phone. Look at this phone. This one is heavy, صح? Right? And it's big. Our phones are smaller and lighter. Okay? Now let's complete reading. Again, please. Mrs. Kane, there is too much static. Dr. Rexon shouted. I didn't get the first part. Bad cough? Turner Farm? So, focus on this word. There is too much static. There is a confusion. They cannot hear the voice on the phone very well and miss part of the conversation. They miss part of the conversation. They can't hear the voice on the phone very well. مثلكم باللايف classes. Miss, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay? They can't hear the voice on the phone very well and miss part of the conversation. I didn't get the first part, so they missed part of the conversation. Back off, turn a farm. Can I go farther? Meg asked as Dr. Rexon returned the receiver to the hawk. Absolutely, he said, grabbing his medical kit and heading outside where his horse and buggy waited. When they got to the farm, they found Mr. Turner walking toward the barn. Okay, now please grade 4. Read this page more than one time, okay, because it's long. Now we'll try the questions. These are the questions. The first one is to describe how the telephone looks. It has a wood box and a heavy black receiver on a hawk. And the second one is, how is this phone different from the phone you use? My phone is much smaller and lighter, okay? And I think our phones are smart, right? We have smartphones. You can add this, okay? Or you can write another answer as you wish. Bye bye, grade 4.